Meditators gradually train to have the same kind of mindfulness as an enlightened person has. I'm not fully enlightened. I still have a lot of greed, hatred and ignorance, but I believe I can share with you how to practice to get free from them. For greed, hatred and ignorance, we use this so-called mindfulness. And mindfulness in this case, to avoid greed, hatred and ignorance, for settling the mind, let's say, is rooted in the consciousnesses. So you are observing your seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching and thinking as they originate based on the object and the sense. This is if you observe the senses. There are different ways how you can observe that, but you can observe the senses, and through observing your senses you can avoid any kind of anger or greed, because you see that everything is entirely dependent on the eye and the object. If the objects weren't there, then no thoughts, no cogitation, no beliefs, no ideas would arise. So everything is ultimately dependent on these six consciousnesses. So you can observe these six consciousnesses as they arise in the sense space, not outside. You observe them as they arise in the sense space. That means on the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body or mind. And that's the way how you can avoid unnecessary attachment to that what the senses feed you. Another way how to avoid greed and hatred especially is to observe feelings. So you are observing pleasant, unpleasant and neutral feelings. Feelings are dependent on consciousness. So if there is no consciousness, there is no feeling. If there is no feeling, there still can be a consciousness. So you can observe pleasant, unpleasant and neutral feelings, and as you observe that there is an unpleasant feeling in your body, or an unpleasant feeling in the sight, or unpleasant feeling in the hearing, then you can observe that feeling without attachment, because you see that this is just a feeling which is impermanent. It just arises and passes, arises and passes. That you are not in charge of that feeling. You know, the feeling just arises. It's just the way how the senses, how the body works. That there will arise pleasant, unpleasant and neutral feelings when there are the six consciousnesses. So this is the second way how you can avoid greed and hatred. For the mind, I think these would be like the basic. There are some more, but they would be a little bit coarser than these. So not, I believe, not as effective. For observing the body, because there is, you can observe the mind, you can observe the body also, and observing the body also can help you avoid greed and hatred. So how do you observe the body? You observe the body as the hair, body hair, nails, skin, teeth, flesh, bones, bone marrow, and so on. And as you are there with the materiality of the body, you know that anything that would be called greed or hatred is based on this delusion that this body is yours, and that this body can bring a pleasurable feeling. But when you observe the body as it is, you come to the clear conclusion that this body is, you can come to the clear conclusion, so again, you can come to the clear conclusion that this body is repulsive, that it is not worthy of any attachment, that it is impermanent, and therefore anything that the body provides you with is also impermanent, unsatisfactory, without real control. And that's where greed, hatred don't arise, because anything that you would achieve through the greed and hatred would still be dependent on this body. So these would be the three basic ways how you can prevent greed and hatred from arising in the mind.